Hey y'all, welcome to PJs and Mugs. This is story time with Jessica. It's all good. Hey y'all, welcome back to PJs and Mugs. I'm your host, Jessica. It's all good. Cheers. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for being with me. Thank you for coming back for another episode. After today, it is safe to say that I have been doing PJs and Mugs for a half a year. That's huge. You got to understand, it took a lot to get to a place where I could keep doing consistent videos. It took some assistance. I think those who really helped with that. The people who watch this and say, Jessica, keep doing it. We're enjoying it. Like all 10 of y'all, thank y'all so much. I'm like, yes, okay, I'm doing it. Maybe I can keep doing this. We'll see. But in the meantime, let's celebrate our mug today. As you know, it's not a mug. It looks like something else. It's actually a tumbler. But the thing is, people drink hot drinks out of these, cold drinks out of these. Some people prefer these over mugs, so we don't want to leave you hanging. Plus, there is a special story behind this one. Look at that. Look at that. Sometimes you forget you're awesome, so this is your reminder. This was a gift from a really good friend. It was a birthday gift, and it came in a whole package with some other things. I want to say there was like a bath bomb and a candle. I think incense. I think she gave me incense to go with it, maybe. But it was a full just a little birthday gift package. And that was super sweet. And this friend, I've made some really amazing friends. But this one, there's some special things that this particular friendship provided that I was really missing, especially after losing a really good friend in the past. And to those friends who filled in that void, thank you. Everyone's had their different parts, and this one had a special part of something that I really felt like I was missing. And I want to say thank you for being such a good friend. And thank you. This has been really good to drink some chilled adult beverages from. There's even a straw. I think I left the straw upstairs. But the point is, cheers to you and cheers to friendship, to anyone who's got friends. Don't forget, you're awesome, okay? And I hope everyone watching has some kind of friends, because it's important to have good people in your life who pour into you, and it's important for you to pour into others. So, oh my gosh, I feel so deep. Now let's get into this week's story. This is actually a special week, because as of a few days ago, looking at the date, yep. As of a few days ago, I just hit 1 year as a published author. That's right, y'all. I published this book, The Cure for Stage Fright, a memoir, my journey to the stage, and the lessons along the way. It's so deep. Oh, you can see the reflection. Anyway, I published this book in 2025. I had a goal to publish it before the age of 40, but there is quite an interesting story behind it. And just like everything else on this show, it's about the stories. Life is full of adventures. We have stories from work, from life, from family, from everything. And it's important to share those. And because people have said, Jessica, we love your stories and your stories are hilarious. I can't believe that happened. Jessica, you've had so many crazy jobs and adventures that I could listen to it all day. I'm just like, aw. Well, fun fact, being a storyteller is kind of something that's in my blood. Comedy has been a wonderful way to express that. I've done a little bit of public speaking, and then this book is where some of those stories are on paper. And those stories are specific to helping people with things like confidence on stage. Now, how did it start? Sometimes we say things that we don't realize is a manifestation. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So I taught theater, for years, y'all. Even when it wasn't with the particular program that I worked with for 8 years, I was teaching before and after. My first time directing was in high school when I had to direct a scene for one of my classes. And it's funny because I always talk about that first time as a director at my College of Charleston, senior final project. But it hit me, wait a minute, we had to direct a play. a scene when I was in high school. So those seeds were planted back in high school. And then I did my first like big kind of production scene in college as in my last semester of college, and that was really amazing. What I loved the most about that was that I was working with beginners, and something about working with beginners, there's just this sparkle that you don't always see from those who are used to it. So I realized I could teach early on, I could direct early on, and I can help people get on stage. And for years and years before I quit teaching, that's what I did. And I put thousands of kids on stage, some adults on stage between plays and fashion shows and improv and things like that. Well, it hit me, Jessica, you probably could help even more. Like, you should write a book. And I thought about that because I used to go to colleges with CHW Productions, and we would direct a play called Life on Campus. And the thing about Life on Campus is these are college students who've never been on stage before, like mostly orientation leaders studying in things like psychology and medical stuff and math and whatever people with regular jobs do. Anyway, the point is they were going out for some serious careers, right? As an actor, I was going out to be a struggling artist, and I knew that was the plan. But getting in front of these students and realizing some of them have maybe done a few book reports in front of class where they were like panicking up there, it took a lot for them to do an actual play for their incoming freshmen, which was my job to get them to the stage in 3 days, and then they will do this show over and over again for their incoming students. That is a lot of pressure on someone who's never acted before. But y'all, for what was I with the program for like 10 years, and then I did a few after that, I was throwing people on stage left and right. I put a lot of people on stage. And while I had the classes that I taught with mostly the kids out here in Georgia and a few places here and there, with that program, what made it specifically special was how fast we had to do it. And I came up with this fantastic speech, which I was convinced was the cure for stage fright. And then I would say things like, I should write a book. This is deep. I could totally write a whole book. And fun fact, like, that wasn't a whole book. It was a speech and a mind trick. But then I was like, it's not an actual book. Like, when I was saying it, I just knew this is a short something that's not going to make a whole book. But this is deep. I should do something with this one day. But I never actually intended to write a book. Fast forward to some years ago, like maybe 5, 6 years ago from now, this particular individual that I know approached me and basically said that God told them, I'm trying to protect the identity of this person. But they were like, yeah, God told them that they're supposed to help me write a book. They're an author. They do stuff like that. They're going to help me. And I was like, yeah, okay. Thanks. You know, when you're like, weirdo. Because I'm not saying the person was a weirdo, but I just wasn't in the headspace to do that. And I wasn't thinking, and I completely forgot that I used to joke about writing a book. So then it hit me a few years later, like, the cure for stage fright. That thing I used to talk about all the time, how I could help people. That's the book. Oh my goodness. So then I went to go find this person, and it was like they were a ghost. Now, we were connected on social media. We had shared emails, but you know, when you reach out to someone and you don't hear back from them, and you're like, where are you? You said, where are you? So then I didn't hear from the person again for like another 2 years. And I was like, well, maybe I was crazy. And then they showed up at one of my gigs, and they're like, hey, you remember that book? I'm like, yeah, I tried to get in touch with you, but I couldn't find you, and I gave up. And I just, look at that. I got books. It's a fake, y'all. If you've seen before, this is just a backdrop. But there's book, because it's a bookshelf. Oh, I look so smart. Look, hold on, let me put my books on the bookshelf. Look at that. Look. Oh. Anyway, so why did I do that? So this person was like, oh, okay, well, let's do it. And we spent a year kind of being mentored and taught through different steps to help kind of put this together. When I say this person's very serious about the identity, there's not even a mention of the name in this book. Like, you'll never find this person, but it's probably for the best. But this person was like, listen, what they're offering me is extremely expensive, like the kind of expensive I cannot afford at this time. But this person was like, it's paid, it's covered. And I'm like, okay, yay, hallelujah, amen. I don't know why I did that. That doesn't make sense. But somebody felt that it was spiritually put upon them to help me. And I didn't know anything about writing a book until this person planted these seeds in my life. And so them planting those seeds helped me accomplish something that I didn't even know was going to be super amazing as it has been. Writing a book is one of the coolest things you can do. People still read. It is amazing. People still want to grow. People still want to learn. If you have something to offer, then you should put it out there. So I'm always trying to encourage people who are like, I'm thinking about writing a book. I'm like, do it. Do it. What's stopping you? Okay. Now, funny thing, this individual was like, when you write your next book, you'll know. And I'm like, oh, I'm not writing another book. This is it. I don't have anything else to say. I picked the stories that I felt were specific, which this book is full of, I think about 13 stories. Hold on, let me go to my table of contents. I have a table of contents, y'all. Ha! Okay, look at that. 13. There are 13 stories from my life, childhood up to early 20s that are the seeds that I'm planting in you, that were planted in my life to get to a place of growth and confidence on the stage. Now, granted, if you're fine and you can be on stage, then you might just want to read it because you're like, oh, these are still some great, powerful stories. They're funny. I do think I'm funny, and I did think that I was being a little bit funny. I was like, be serious. You're an author now. Be serious. And then it just got funny. So read it and see what happens. But to the person that followed God, this is not like a best friend. This is not someone I hang out with. I honestly really don't see this person much. Their connection through someone else. So this is not somebody who was just like, I'm just trying to help my friend. No, this is someone who clearly was like, God told me, and I'm just doing what he told me to. That's it. I'm like, bet. Okay. And I was like, well, let's do it before I turn 40. And so I did. While I didn't start showing everyone this until my birthday in July, I actually published it in June. And I think it was June. Hold on, I'm going to tell you. June. It's not in here. Okay. I guess you got to look online. June 23rd or 25th. It's one of those. And I knew this. And now I'm so embarrassed. I should have looked that up before I got on here. And I could use my phone. But then I'd have to stop. And y'all know, I'm just happy I made it here today. And I'm recording this. Okay. So I say all that to say, if you are thinking about doing this, do it. When this person was like, when you write your next book, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. This is it. I did it. I hit a goal. I've accomplished it. One book, that's fine. So guess who's going to write a minimum of 2 to 3 more books? This person right here. Because I've got the writing bug. It was exciting. It was great. One of the things I started doing was reading again. I read when I was younger, but then I stopped reading because life. I didn't mean to, you see a little something here and there, but sitting down with a good book disappeared for some years. And I was like, Jessica, you are about to be an author. You can't not read. So I started back reading specifically books of people that I know, authors that I've met, books that were gifted to me. And y'all, it has just changed my world. I feel like such an intellectual. And so I'm thinking, let's travel. Let's start working on some books on the road. Let's get some more stories out. You can be inspirational, Jessica. So do it. You talk on stage, you can talk in the book. So if you, again, do it. Do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to write something else. I think I'll do an audiobook because some people think it would be funny to listen to me read this. People have said, Jessica, reading this is like listening to you talk. So if you enjoy listening to me talk on this show, or you come to my comedy shows, then you're really going to love this, even if you don't need the advice. But if you do, I've helped thousands of people get on stage in classes, in person. You can get on stage too, okay? There, I should say the name, The Cure for Stage Fright. Make sure you check it out. Pay attention. Join my mailing list if you haven't done it yet, because fun fact, by the time you see this, the news should be out that I'm going to be in a bookstore. That's another thing I'm doing for the 1-year anniversary of the release of this book. I will be in a bookstore. I have a book signing coming up. If you watch this past August 23rd, 2026, sorry you missed it, honey. But if you see this in time, make sure you get on the mailing list and find out before everybody else, or follow the social media, and then you can get your copy in person and get it signed with a picture, and we can feel all fancy, because I'm not just a comedian, DJ, MC anymore. I'm also an author. I gotta say it fancy like an author. I love the way it rolls off the tongue. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. I can't wait to make you laugh again. Join me next week. And when you are getting to next week, go ahead and order this. Barnes & Noble. If you're going to get it online, get it at Barnes & Noble. Get it at a comedy show, or look for the details to soon get it in a store very soon. I'm Jessica. It's all good. You have been fantastic. Thank y'all for hanging out with me at PJs and Mugs. Bye! Ah! I forgot one more thing. I swear, y'all, I come down here and I BS. These shows are all complete BS. They are barely planned, which is why I forgot to tell you this. This book is the first ever purchased book online. I actually got this off Amazon, but still, go to Barnes & Noble. You're going to get the better deal. But when it first came out, I actually got this, okay? And it said, I signed it to myself. To me, from me. I got this from Amazon. Yes, my handwriting's bad. Don't judge it. The point was I was excited, and then I wrote the date that it arrived in the mail on July 7th, 2025. I think I ordered it July 1st because it's one of those like order to print kind of things. But to kick off my birthday month as I got ready to enter into 40, I was like, I'm going to cut all my hair off, which is what I did. And the other thing I did that day was purchase my own book. And I can sound my first customer, and my first autograph to myself on a book or whatever. So if you've been in my house, you might not have seen it. To my friends who've been in my house, this is on the bookshelf. It is always on the bookshelf. I always want to make sure my book is on my shelf. Okay, not this one because it's a backdrop, but. This is like the second time I've had to come back after saying bye and cheers. I cannot believe I forgot that, because that was like super important to me. And then that being said, when you chase your dreams and you do something and you accomplish something, do little things for yourself that make you happy. Like sign your own freaking book to your own freaking self, because you did it. Okay. There. Now I'm done. You're awesome. I feel pretty awesome right now too. So thank you for being awesome and watching with me. Bye for real this time. I'm so serious. This is Jessica. It's all good with PJs and Mugs. Bye.